Hello, bookish friends of the internet. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name's Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. Now, today's video, I'm super excited for this video. Cannot tell by my letterboard in the back. This says top 22 books I want to read in the year 2022. I'm so excited to make this list. I was actually looking at my list earlier this morning and I was like, wow, I actually read a lot from my 21 list. I still have quite a few left on my top 21 list, so I want to add those into this video, so it would be like however many it is in total. I'll leave my top 21 books to read in 2021 up above or down below. And I have all of these books left, so let's just go through and see which ones I have left to read. I still want to read Stay With Me by Jessica Consolo. I'm super excited for this still. Also super excited to finish Queen of Volts by Amanda Foody. Still need to read Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. And Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Edgar Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Star Daughter by this author that I won't pronounce because I know I'll mispronounce it. Then The Night Swim by Megan Golding. I'm still super excited to get to those. Those will probably be like my first reads of 2022, which is crazy that it's almost 2022. And I'll be right back because I forgot one book on my list. So I grabbed the book. So the first book, these are in no particular order, by the way. So the first book on my top 22 list, 22 books I want to read in 2022. We have I Killed Zoe Spanos by Kit Frick. This is her debut novel that came out this year or last year. I want to say this year though. I could be wrong. I know my friend Heather read this book and she really loved it. 2020. It came out in 2020, so it's been on my TBR for almost a year now. And so I keep staring at this book. This has stunning blue edges, and I'm just so excited to finally get around to this. I'm in a mystery thriller mood at the moment, so maybe I'll actually pick this up early and get one book off my list. But I know my friend Heather read this and absolutely loved it. She said if you loved Sadie by Courtney Summers, you would definitely love this one. And that's absolutely a book I love. So we have great taste, me and Heather. So I cannot wait to see what this one is all about. Next book I'm definitely going to read in January because this is Janie from The Story Ain't Over's book club pick from The Story Ain't Over book club pick for the month of January, and that is Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. This will also be in my January TBR because I really want to read this. I wanted to read this earlier this year, never got to it, so hopefully sometimes this year I'll get to it. And I know book 2 doesn't come out till like September or October, so that kind of sucks that I will have to wait so long. Next book is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. I'm not going to do summaries for all of these. I'm just going to tell you why I'm excited for them and if I'm buddy reading them with anyone. I believe my friend Lori, she posted her video today actually, and then she had this one on her list as well. So Lori, if you want to, we can buddy read this one. I don't know much about this except it's a Mulan retelling and it's an adult fantasy novel. And I think it's either a standalone or a first book in a series. I'm not too sure. Next is my very few contemporary novels on this list. I have Faith Taking Flight by Julie Murphy. This one I'm definitely reading soon because I just read If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy and absolutely loved it. So I cannot wait to read this one. This is my only unread Julie Murphy book I own. I do want to get her other books like Ramona Blue and Dear Sweet Pea, I think it's that middle grade. This one has been on my shelf since it came out. I got it at Target. It looks super cute. I love Julie Murphy's writing. 2020 as well. So this is a 2020 release. So there's some backlist titles, some new releases, and all that jazz. So this is next on the list. And then I have It All Comes Back to You by Farhad Naz Rishi. This is yet another cute rom-com. young adult contemporary that came out in September, and I just never got a chance to read it this year. I usually save my contemporary for the summertime anyway, so hopefully sometimes next year I'll get to this. This has an enemies to lovers trope. It says, for fans of Pride and Prejudice and When Dimple Met Rishi, come an enemies to lovers rom-com about first love and second chances, which sounds amazing. And I love the author's debut novel. I gave it 5 stars, so I cannot wait to see what this one is all about. Next book, I am planning on buddy reading this book with my friend Lori, and that is These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. This one is going to be talked about again in my most anticipated reads of 2022. The sequel to this comes out July 19th, and we want to buddy read this one very badly. We both are in a fantasy mood as well, so it will work out. I have this from Beacon Book Box, so I had it from the letter from the author, and it's signed by Lexi Ryan as well. So if Beacon is planning on doing anything for book 2, I will love to know that. I do have the audiobook of this checked out from my Overdrive currently, so very excited to get to it whenever. Oh no, my things are falling. Next is a finale to a series, and that is Stormbreak by Natalie C. Parker. I am so mad that I haven't finished this book series yet. I read 1 and 2 last year, absolutely devoured them, and I was waiting for book 3. And I have book 3, and I haven't read it yet. I'm so mad. This is about a female pirate group that just goes on a journey of self-discovering and falling in love for the first time and knowing what's right or what's wrong. And it's such a fun, first 2 books was so fun. I listened to them via audiobook, so I definitely want to try and get my hands on the audiobook for this one. And I want to complete the series in 2022. That's also another series, another video that you guys will be seeing soon. Another series I want to complete next year is the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children series by Ransom Riggs. This is the 6th and final book, The Desolation of the Devil's Acres. I am so scared to read this, not only because it looks creepy, but just because this is my all-time favorite series. I would definitely recommend this series for not only the spooky season, but just a fun, enjoyable read. I wasn't on the bandwagon as soon as book 1 came out. I want to say I was on the bandwagon when Jesse from Jesse the Reader was reading book 3, and he was raving about this series for so long, and he still does to this day. So Jesse, this is for you. I'm planning on finishing this series in 2022. And yeah, that's all I can say. Sorry about that. My phone said it was full of storage, so I had to go and delete some photos, and I had to go and delete some photos from messages and whatnot. It was a hassle. Anyways, I believe I was about to show you the next book on my list. I don't know what number we're on, but the next book on my list is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is the first book in a duology. Book 2 is already out. I got this from Book a Month way long ago, July 2019. So it's been on my TBR shelf for 3 years now, and I feel like now is the time to read it, or I'm just gonna unhaul it, which I hate to do that because this is such a pretty cover. The next book I'm going to be buddy reading with my friend Lori, and that is A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. I actually haven't shown this off in a video yet because I just got this in the month of December from Lori. So I really cannot wait to see what this one is all about. I know if you love A Court of Thorns and Roses, you would definitely love this, and I hope I do because I love Sarah J. Maas. Another book on my list I have is The Other Black Girls by Sakaya Delilah Harris. This is one of the many popular books I didn't get to in 2021 and wish I did, but I didn't. And again, I'm in a thriller mood, so maybe I'll pick this up sooner than later. I might also pick up Final Girls by Riley Sager. This is the only Riley Sager book I have not yet read besides his newest one, which his newest one comes out in June, so we share the same birthday book month. Then I have Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. This one I hear nothing but amazing things about, and it's set in Las Vegas. Then I have Not a Happy Family by Sherry Lapina, I'm sorry. This one sounds so amazing. It's a whodunit mystery thriller, and I know my friend Sydney, she loves Sherry Lapina, and I cannot wait to read my first book by this author. Then I'm super excited to get to This Poison Heart by Kaylin Barron. This is the first book in a duology. Book 2 comes out in 2022. And then this book has been on my TBR probably the longest out of all of these books, and that is Queen of Ruins by Tracy Banghart. This is a sequel and finale to Grace and Fury, which I read and absolutely loved. It was a great first book, and I was actually shocked by the ending of it. I still need to read this just to wrap up the series. And then my newest book on my shelf is Why We Fly by Kimberly Jones and Gilly Siegel. I loved I'm Not Dying With You Tonight by these author duos. I read that book in one day, so I have a feeling I might do the same for this one. Then I have The Girls of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. This is an oldie but a goodie series on BookTube. I've only read book 1, and so this will technically be a reread for me, but I have not continued on with the rest of them, and I have them all in the new pretty covers, so I have them all right here, all set. And I got this in a giveaway earlier this year, so cannot wait to reread book 1 and then dive into the rest. Another book that's been on my TBR shelf forever is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. This is a now completed trilogy, and I know all 3 books are out, so I could get book 2 and 3 from my library if I really love this one. Another book on my list for next year that I want to get to is just to catch up on the Keeper of the Lost City series by Shannon Messenger. I still need to read book 4, and then I need to read book 4 through 8.5, and then book 9 comes out next year, I believe, and then book 10, this is going to be a 10-book series. Book 10 won't come out till 2023, so I got a lot of catching up to do with this series. Another series I would like to wrap up is One True King by Simone Chanier, the 6th and final book in the School for Good and Evil series. Cannot wait to see how this one ends, and I know the Netflix show is coming very, very soon. And finally on my list, another trilogy I would love to wrap up this next year is The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. I am so excited to finally be getting to this one and seeing how this trilogy ends. I know there's a 4, 5, and 6 in this series, but I know it's like separate trilogies with separate characters, so I'm counting this as a completed series, and then I'm going to jump into book 4 sometimes next year whenever I get my hands on it. I absolutely love book 2. It's on my favorite list of 2021, and yeah, that's all I have for this list. A lot of these are fantasy, a lot of these are thrillers, mysteries, you know what I mean. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day or night. And if you read any of these books, let me know which one I should read first. If there's a book that you would love to do have me do book reviews on, please let me know. I'm going to try and get better at doing book reviews instead of just the general videos for BookTube next year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll chat with you in my next 2022 video. Bye!